Okay, so it says we're back on. Mark, I swear to you, I do not know what is going on. Okay, but let's move it on. Okay,
Makes you wonder though. Makes you wonder though, doesn't it, when you show the same video twice, and then all of a sudden we're just cut off the internet twice.
I know.
I mean, how would they even do that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But for all those people that are on there, we're sorry about that. But it looks like they don't like the protests being played. Okay, but yeah,
that's incredible. If that's what it was, mate, then this is getting pretty bad.
It is indeed. It is indeed. And I've got to give it one of these now.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh, we should play it again at the very end and see what happens. And then we'll know, won't we?
Yep. Okay. Let's move it on. Let's move it on. Right. Okay. So we've got that. King Charles. Right. Barbados have just dumped him. He's no longer their sovereign.
Lucky Barbados, eh?
There you go. All right. And while all that's going on, listen to what's happening with HMRC. Check this out. You can't believe it.
It never ends, does it?
So hundreds of thousands of calls from taxpayers went unanswered every single month.
Yeah.
Customers were cut off abruptly. MPs voiced concerns about a failing phone service at HMRC. And it would appear that they've done a seminar during office hours on the guilt of being British.
What's that got to do with their job?
Now I know why my last call was an hour and 20 minutes. Look, I'm not being funny. This is just embarrassing, and I don't think there's any other country in the world that has people like
Why do they need
this.
to have a seminar on this?
There you go. So, can you believe that? So, having seminars on the guilt of being British, HMRC, and that's why people can't get through. So
they basically saying, allow us to train you on how bad you are.
Well,
like, sorry, what? Really? We're bad? Yes, British bad. We must train you into believing how bad you are. But you're British? Yes. Wow. Honestly.
I know.
Incredible.
I know. And online offences.
At least we're still on here. Uh-oh. This is a protest.
No. Online offences, they're rising. The rate of people getting arrested for online offences is going up. Okay. And where the protests are concerned, right, check this out.
Oh, God, here we go. Well, we might see it again in about 5 minutes on a fresh live stream.
Police are knocking on doors, giving leaflets on how to protest.
Well, please don't throw bricks at us. How to protest. This is like, what? Where are we? Are we in East Germany in the...
Listen to this.
40s and 50s.
Hello. Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, what's up?
Absolutely nothing, so don't panic. It's just a very quick one. I appreciate you're at work, but Warwickshire have asked me to come round and just basically, it's a load of bollocks, mate, but it's about this protest tomorrow in Warwickshire.
Please no, don't they, John? It's a load of bollocks.
And just saying, obviously, that they're aware that you might be wanting to attend that planned protest, and obviously that's absolutely fine. You've got freedom of speech, and that's no issues at all. And all they've asked me to do, mate, it sounds daft, so I apologise, and it's really woeful. It's not something I agree with, but I've been asked to do it. It's just to drop a leaflet about being involved in a protest. It sounds bad, but it is what it is.
Do me a favour. Take it back to them and write back on it to them. Say,
bollocks.
We will no longer be silenced and to fuck himself. From me, with love. Cheers. Thanks very much.
With love?
With love, yeah.
Cheers, dude.
The silent majority of Britain will no longer stay silent. Tell them that. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Nice one, Ash.
Well, there's the first crack in the dam. Have you ever heard a policeman come out and just say, sorry, this is a load of bollocks, but I've been told to tell you this? I mean, it's normally written all over their face, but they don't normally say it. Wow.
Here's our man, Sam the man,
Yo,
supporting us.
Sam. What's he saying? Because it's very small. I haven't got my glasses. Oh, you'll have to read it out, mate.
He's saying,
We can make
F
it- we'll make it bigger,
YouTube,
yeah.
trying to censor you guys. Good evening, by the way. Good evening, Sam. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening to you.
Well, something happened.
Indeed, something happened, and I don't know
The thing
what it
is, we're not just on YouTube. We're actually on quite a few different platforms.
That's right,
going
and then
live. So
everything just
the
went
whole
off.
thing went.
Yep.
Well, we'll play that video again right at the end and see what happens, and
Yep.
then we'll know, won't we?
Okay. Right.
And then we can have it. Can we have him come round and explain it? He'd be like, sorry, boys, load of bollocks.
Yep. Here we go. I mean, I like that policeman.
When he laughed.
I think he was laughing.
With love.
Yeah, with love. Go F yourself
Oh.
with love.
See, not all the police are bad. He's all right, isn't he?
No, I don't think the police are in favour of what's going on, but you know, there we go.
The bollocks.
Okay.
But honestly, though, why still do the job, mate? Because you know you're going to be getting asked to do this all the time now, mate. So it's time for the rethink, isn't it?
I know. Okay. But one of the main problems that we've got is, you know, the inconsistency of the judiciary and also the people behind the scenes that are pulling all the levers. And I'm talking about, you know, the permanent secretaries. So, I mean, you know, here's something on the inconsistency of the judiciary. Here we go.
What kind of society lets a BBC News anchor walk free from court after possessing child abuse images involving kids as young as 9, yet imprisons a bloke who sold dodgy streams of Premier League football matches? This is Sonny Kander of Halifax in West Yorkshire. He was just banged up for 2 years for depriving the likes of BT Sport, Sky and Disney of more than £100,000 by selling illegally modified TV Fire Stick devices. Now, clearly, that's something I'd not condone, even if TV firms these days are absolutely fleecing fans with their subscriptions. But is it any wonder people think we have two-tier justice when the likes of Kander get 2 years in the slammer and child abusers are allowed to walk free? In fact, child abusers get such a soft touch from the law that it's hardly surprising mass child rape gangs were allowed to run riot for years.
There
Of
you
their
go.
very existence today, as we've seen this week, still being denied by some paedo apologists. Dozens of paedophiles caught with the most severe child abuse images are walking our streets right now without serving a day in jail. Hugh Edwards, of course, was given a 6-month suspended sentence after admitting 3 charges of possessing indecent images of children, as young as 7 in some cases. Now, judges can dish out 3-year sentences for possessing Category A images, the worst of their kind, like Hugh Edwards had, but instead they routinely offer rehab programmes or community orders. Look at this bloke here, 45-year-old Timothy Johnson, hiding behind a face mask. He admitted possessing 3,000 abuse images at Bournemouth Crown Court in October. He was given a 12-month suspended sentence.
Now, this is what's happening more and more often when you look at these things and you're going, what the hell is going on? What's happening? Now, I go back to, and I'm going to say it again, these things, I feel, are being orchestrated behind the scenes by permanent secretaries like this. Now, this is a man called Rycroft, okay? And he's a Home Office. He's responsible for borders. And he's the top guy. Now, listen to this. And people, anybody listening to this, they've got to be absolutely astonished by what they're hearing. Check this out.
What's the top priority of the Home Office at the moment?
Well, the top priority is to support the Home Secretary, and his priorities are to stop the boats, to support the police, to cut crime, and to protect the British people.
So, the top priority, as set out in the annual report and accounts in September, to quote you in the foreword, is to stop the boats. Mm-hmm. It is. Okay. Who is the independent inspectorate that is most relevant to that top priority?
Well, David Neal would be the independent
Chief Inspector of Immigration and Borders. When did you last have a formal meeting with David Neal?
Well, the second purpose actually now Simon.
No, you.
I can't remember.
You've never met.
I have met him, but I can't remember when the last.
You've never had a formal meeting with David Neal, have you, Sir Matthew?
it's possible I've never had a formal meeting with him, but I'm
It's
not
not
the person
only
who-
possible, it is the case, isn't it?
I mean, if you say so. I mean, I have met him, and I know who he is, and I know that the second permanent secretary, Simon, now is responsible for holding that relationship.
You are the top civil servant in charge of the Home Office. You have identified in the annual report to which you have written the foreword and in your comments just now that the top priority of your department is to stop the boats, and the responsibility for overseeing how that is being done is with the Chief Inspector that you have chosen never to meet. Correct?
I mean, obviously, I wouldn't put it like that, and I think
Would you
when
put it?
you well, I would put it that the structure of the Home Office is such that we have a second permanent secretary, Simon Ridley, whose job is migration and borders, and that is the totality of what
Your
Simon
job
does,
is
and he does
also
everything.
migration and
My
borders,
job is
isn't it?
migration and
And you
borders
are the
plus
superior to
policing
Mr.
plus
Ridley.
homeland security.
You
And-
are the top civil servant in the department, so you might be expected to show an above average interest in the top priority of that department, for whom the top inspector you have never met formally. That is
Can you believe
the situation,
that?
isn't it?
I have a very high level of interest in the Home Office's top priority, so much so that we have recruited a second permanent secretary whose sole job is migration and borders. And we also have a fairly structured system of relationship management, so that important people such as David Neil know who their point of contact is in the Home Office. And in his case, it is the second permanent secretary and the immigration minister. And he has formal meetings with those people very regularly.
So if David Neil had requested to meet you as part of his role, you would have agreed to meet him.
I'd be absolutely delighted to meet him.
So
But
why,
I think that-
So why haven't you responded to his request to meet you?
Because the second permanent secretary and the immigration minister meet him very, very
You're not-
regularly.
So you're not delighted to meet him?
I mean, I would be delighted to meet him. I meet lots of people. I think that the clarity of the ownership of the
in your
relationship.
formal role as the top civil servant in the Home Office, because you haven't responded to his request for a meeting in all the time he's been in office, and now his contract is not being renewed.
Boom.
I believe in clarity of accountability and clarity of relationship management. And in this case, we put a very clear mechanism in place after a lot of thought about who was best to hold that relationship. It actually went up from the Director General for Migration, which is this relationship the situation that I inherited, and we moved it up to the second permanent secretary.
So which minister would be most relevant to meeting David Neil?
Would be most
relevant to meeting
the immigration minister.
Right. The previous Home Secretary met David Neil, but you didn't.
Yes.
Right. So it's nothing to do with lines of accountability, really, is it? You've just chosen not to.
Can you believe that? I mean, I make no apologies for playing the whole of that. This is the guy that is controlling the Home Office. And he didn't have meetings with important people within the Home Office. And basically what it is I'm not getting blamed for anything. That's what it is.
It was me number 2. He meets them all the time.
That's right. That's right. And you just got to sit there and you got to go.
Rat bags.
Rat bags. All right. Now he left. He left in March. I think he saw, the writing on the wall, and he left in March. Okay. But that is the kind of prat that we have running our country. Now you imagine them, we're dotted with some women as well. That's the kind of prat that we've got.
Well, explains a lot, doesn't it?
Of course it does. I mean, I loved what the MP was doing there. He was putting him right on the spot. And that's what's needed. We need to expose these permanent secretaries for the poor work that they do. He didn't even meet the guy that he appointed.
But and it's their priority, which is number one priority, he says, which he's heavily invested in. Doesn't really sound like it, does it, John?
No.
I mean, look at the immigration situation. Doesn't feel like it's your priority.
No.
Doesn't feel like you're invested in it.
No, not at all.
I don't know if we're going to play it later, but this reminds me of when Sadiq Khan the other day sent his number 2, and Susan Hall's like, well, where is he?
Well, he's directly
important issue, wasn't it?
Yep. He's directly responsible or indirectly responsible, whichever way you want to look at it, for these. These are all the asylum seekers that have been charged with sexual assault. Okay, in the past in the past month or so.
That we know of, mate.
Yeah,
that's going to be a drop in the ocean, in my opinion, to the actual real figure. But I mean, I can't confirm that, so get me on disinformation or misinformation. But it's likely going to be worse than that, isn't it?
And I don't know. I mean, what are the police doing? What are they doing?
I know, they're knocking on people's doors going, I've been sent here to talk to you about a load of bollocks. These police officers need to start turning around to their boss and go, boss, do you not think my time might be better spent maybe some of these ones with, the drugs, the machetes and all this?
Correct.
Nicking people's phones and that. Or like got a really low thing for rape. Not many people. Do you think we should maybe put more efforts into that and maybe get more evidence and get more convictions? Nah, just go and knock on someone's door and tell them it's a load of bollocks.
Well,
Do you think he got a bollocking when he went back to the police station?
I think he did, yeah. I think he did. Okay. But here's what Peter Bleksley thinks of, the days of policing.
Anybody who's listening or watching who is over the age of 50, shall we say?
Yes.
I've got some very gloomy news for you if you hadn't already worked it out. The policing that you knew has gone forever.
Yeah.
Sadly, that policing that was all about public service, keeping the streets safe, all of that, gone. We now have a massively politicised police service where you have all these senior police officers with their numerous university degrees who are as woke and as liberal and consequently as pernicious and as dangerous as you can imagine, because they've gone so far from that blue-collar occupation that policing used to be into thinking they are now part of the Illuminati, the highly educated, intellectual...
Letters after their name, that sort of thing.
Exactly, right?
No. He's saying it. He's saying it straight. Policing is gone. Where's the local Bobby that used to know everybody and all the families? You just keep on getting a revolving door of policemen that come around, just like you never get the same doctor, when you go to the doctor's surgery. I mean, the whole thing is just changing. It's wrong. You needed people in the community who knew what was going on. You needed that sort of thing. And, sorry, Mark, you were going to say something. Go ahead.
No, I don't think it was, actually.
Oh, I thought...
I will if you want me to.
I thought you were going to say something. I mean,
is this how we solve crime and make the place... They're all going on about their priorities to solve crime, and it just doesn't feel like they want to solve anything if it means doing any work to solve it. I mean, I know you've got some decent one, we get the murderers and they catch the paedophiles and that, but, I mean, just going back, some guy got 2 years... What did he do? Fire sticks, yeah.
Yeah, fire sticks.
Well, there's been three blokes round in our area in the past week or so. Sadly, some of them I've seen them around, mate, and they've all been done for similar things. There's a 22-year-old. He had loads of images and stuff. He got 14 months, John. 14 months. He got less than the guy with a fire stick. Here's another guy. I'm not going to say the names, but he was caught messaging underage children and he's going to be sentenced soon, so we'll see what happens to him. And then there was another one there. He's just got 2 years as well. 2 years and 9 months.
Yeah.
These were 13-year-old and 14-year-old girls. It says he's 30-odd, so that's not good. But he gets 2 years, 9 months. The other guy... None of it. We've talked about this at length, haven't we? The sentencing guidelines.
There's something wrong.
And the sentencing the judges are handing out are not right.
So why isn't the permanent secretary in the Justice Department looking at these things and saying, hey, something not quite right about this? I mean, is this actually doing policing any good by doing this?
No, but what he'll do, John, is he'll palm it off to the second in command and then blame him when it goes wrong.
Correct.
You exchange the Bible for a bear, and today
here we go again.
God's word of being arrested for alleged hate crime. We've come out here because we love you. Though Christ in this life,
At best, he's slightly annoying.
That's it.
I mean,
So what purpose does that serve? What purpose does that serve?
because somebody somewhere has had hurty feelings, and I think we know who it is, don't we? Who are the eternally offended? We know who they are, don't we?
Well, we're going to come on to those, pretty soon. And that's another thing that Tommy's complaining about at the top end of reform. He said there's too many Pakistani Muslims at the top there. And he's saying it on Dan Wootton. And, you just, you have to say, I'm in agreement with him, there is.
Mate, if you're in Pakistan, it's probably fine, isn't it? But this is meant to be England.
Well, tell me how this is going to help policing. Check this out. This is Khan. He's actually closing police front desks.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, but he hasn't either, has
Why
he? And he
is it
sends his
Minerva?
lackey.
Quite right.
Because I'm the Deputy Mayor for Police and Crime.
Yes, I know, we all know that. But
God,
since the
here's
mayor
another
is
one.
making this decision, why isn't he here?
The Mayor has sent me as his Deputy Mayor for Police and Crime.
I've heard
difficult
your
times.
statement. So tell me, when was the mayor actually told this was happening?
The Mayor has, as well as all of us, been involved in the conversations about the budget since September last year.
So he
David
knew
Bowen.
about the front counters closing last September, did he?
There you
No,
go.
he knew about the need to look through the...
Yeah, no, we all know that. When was he told that the front counters were closing?
Like all of us, the Commissioner outlined proposals for tough choices in autumn last year.
Can you just tell me, when was he actually told, or was he asked, that they were actually closing? Was he consulted, or was he just told that the front counters were closing? Which is it?
He was consulted.
When?
We've had several meetings as we went through. As I
Okay, give me a rough idea. What month?
We saw the most.
Does she look like a deputy police and crime commissioner? I mean, she doesn't. It's absolutely pitiful. So obviously, he's put her up as a lamb to the slaughter to take the heat, okay, for a decision that he's taken to close, the front desks. Now, closing the front desks in the police stations, that isn't going to help crime in London, is it?
Not really, bro. I mean, I think in there's a couple of videos we've shown, we're seeing why we've got problems. The caliber of the people making the decisions.
Oh, God.
It's quite frankly piss poor, John. I mean, she looks like a rabbit in the headlights.
I know
looks
she is.
Absolutely clueless.
There's no two ways about it.
And so if she's the best person for that job, it doesn't say much for all the people below her, around her, the person who appointed her.
I know.
Wow.
I mean, could you imagine?
Wow.
I mean, this is a late one that you wanted to add, but this is just to support something about the PM's, about toxic masculinity and misogyny. No. But could you imagine if you had someone like Alex Phillips as your, chief police chief and crime commissioner? Could you imagine? Just listen to her. I mean, do a comparison between this woman here, who's the deputy commissioner for police and crime, and Alex. Here we go.
When the Supreme Court said that's it, it's very clear that biological sex is a real thing. Of course it is, and that a man is a man and a woman is a woman, and whatever you want to do to your body via surgery, it doesn't magic away what you are underneath it all, based upon your chromosomes, your DNA, and what is written on your birth certificate, because that, my friends, is science. But of course, ever since that ruling, they've been at it, haven't they? The trans lobby trying to muddy the waters, trying to find little exceptions, little carve-outs, little loopholes. Well, if you've had surgery, then this. Well, it wouldn't be safe for us for that. What if someone 100% appears like a woman? You wouldn't even notice a difference. It's fine for them. We all knew that was going to happen. Or indeed, what I heard from one particular barrister who himself is trans is, well, what we need is all toilets to be unisex. No, we do not. That completely misses the point when it comes to women's integrity and safety. We don't want to share bathrooms with you, my friend. You can grow a beard. Let's speak now.
Now, can you imagine if she was the police and crime commissioner I mean, she wouldn't be a rabbit in headlights like that other woman. And
No,
I don't
she
feel
wouldn't,
sorry
no.
for that other woman because she's probably on anywhere over £100,000 a year to turn up and take the heat. I mean, that's all she's doing. Because Khan's the guy who's making all the decisions, isn't he?
He is. I suppose, you know what? It's our own fault in a way, because if we don't get involved in politics and we leave it to the idiots, this is what happens.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, here's this the article that you wanted.
We've got to fight back, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got to start getting involved in politics now.
Absolutely. Here's
Otherwise
the
we'll never
article
be-
that you wanted on, the PM on toxic masculinity.
People like Andrew Tate have got an important voice for young men. When you hear that and you think about the impact that those sorts of teachings, when it comes to issues like toxic masculinity, have, how much of a concern is that for you and the message that spreads to our young generation of men particularly?
I think it is a real concern because that's bound up with misogyny. And if you look at Andrew Tate in particular, or people like him, you can see the misogyny. It's there very clearly. Yes, there's an element that is about sort of being a strong man, which is attractive to young boys.
Is that what resonates, do you think?
I think that's what draws, and that's understandable. But then sitting alongside that in the same space is
What space? What's he talking about?
clearly.
No
And
idea.
that's,
Absolutely
I think, something
clearly.
we should be concerned
Ask him
about.
to back all this
And
stuff up.
therefore, I don't share Nigel Farage's view that this is all right. I don't think it's all right. I don't think any parent really seriously thinks it's all right. Because misogyny is something that gets deep into the psyche, affects so many young people.
No,
it doesn't though at all.
It doesn't. This is what gets me, right? He isn't just another permanent secretary behind the scenes who's out of his depth. The guy cannot do the job. He doesn't know. He's being guided. It's like the blind leading the blind down there.
It's just a shame that we don't get to, these people will never come on anything where they're going to get interviewed by someone half decent. No, he won't go on GB News. He won't go on Talk. He wouldn't come on someone's podcast like ours or, I don't know, Dan Wootton or something. They just won't do it, mate. And you know why? Because someone would have straight away would have gone, what's toxic masculinity mean?
Yeah.
And he would have gone, I've got no idea, because he doesn't. And then you would have said, okay, show me these examples. He might find some with Andrew Tate, but he said, and people like that. So tell me more people like that and show me some examples of the misogyny. What do you mean by misogyny? And show me examples of it. And then I would have said, right, show me the examples of all these young people who are misogynistic, because I'm failing to meet any myself. Because misogyny is the hatred of all women.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met anyone in my life who hates all women. You could even say, if someone murdered a woman, they'll go, it's toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe they had a problem with that woman. I'm not saying that's a good thing to murder a woman, obviously not. But if you've got an issue with one woman, does that necessarily mean you hate everyone?
No.
Hate all women? He doesn't even know what he's talking about. I'd like to go into this in a bit more detail, but maybe.
Well, then let's open it up on another podcast. Yeah, let's open it up on another podcast. Okay.
Because I can just destroy the argument for this toxic masculinity very easily.
Okay, well,
it's so generalized, John. It's so vague. They just use it to attack whatever they want to attack at the time, and it's normally men's behaviour, which isn't always toxic. In fact, it's quite valuable and has done good for the world. Some of the behaviour,
indeed.
And some of the behaviour they're claiming that's toxic for males. Well, they're traits, and women have them traits too. So does that make them what, toxic males as well? None of it makes sense, mate.
Well, nobody talks about the flip side, which is women hating men, called misandry.
No, it's never mentioned.
Nobody talks about that.
No.
Okay.
And I have actually heard women say, I hate men. I'm like, and they've gone lesbian and that, and I'm like, oh, you hate men because of one man? Oh, hang on a minute. That's what they're doing with the whole misogyny thing. I'm not saying there's no misogyny. There probably is somewhere.
And I'm not saying there is misandry or there isn't. But here's
I've heard it. Like,
here's something for you. All right, to add to his woes, he looks like he's got a by-election. They're predicting a by-election coming up, and wait a second. I think you can tell you where it is.
Who was it? Is it
Manchester?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's Manchester. There's a by-election predicted to be coming up in the constituency of Gorton and Denton. The sitting MP, Andrew Gwynn, who was sacked as a minister by Keir Starmer and suspended from the Labour Party, is reportedly preparing to stand down. Now...
Well, what did he do? Upset Mine Starmer?
I don't know. But if he was suspended, well, it's something that he didn't like.
They never tell you, do they?
No.
So it could be anything from just not voting the way the whips told them to being, I don't know, something to do with children. No, I'm not saying it was. Don't misinterpret this.
Nope.
I'm saying it could be anything from that range, and you never get who was the one months ago
Brown.
who was
Nick Brown.
not heard anything.
One. Nothing.
So I'd say the longer you don't hear anything, the more you should probably get suspicious.
Indeed. Well, here's a resignation. The homelessness minister resigns. Rushanara Ali. Okay. She's gone.
God.
There she is.
Can't say I'm going to cry about that one.
Well, okay. The story is she resigns after being called for extreme hypocrisy after she threw out 4 tenants in one of her properties, then raised the rent on her London home by £700. And this is Labour's homelessness minister.
Oh, God, they should be renamed the Hypocrisy Party, shouldn't they? I mean, we've seen this already, haven't we? Was the one who was meant to be all about corruption, and then what happened there? Oh, your whole family and everyone investigated for corruption.
Oh, you know, it's incredible. It's incredible.
What next? Rachel Reeves has been done for fraud. You know what I mean? This something like this is going to happen, isn't it?
Well, here's Reeves. You mentioned her name, right? Here's Reeves going to meeting her Pakistani constituents.
Are you sure that's not Theresa May? Sharia May? That's what she did. Oh, there's so much wrong with this, John.
The other women, the other women there haven't got any headscarves on.
Oh God, are we getting in trouble for this music?
No, I don't know. Look, she hasn't got a headscarf on.
I don't think she understands. If you read the Quran, right, the headscarves are for Muslim women, and you're definitely not meant to have your hair hanging out the front. They're trying to appease them, John, and they're just getting it so wrong.
But why? She's the wrong. Chancellor of the Exchequer.
And this is meant to be her country.
Her country. You know, what is it? What is it with these people?
Votes, please.
You know, what is it about the left and Muslims in this country? I just cannot work it out. You know, why they're such toxic...
They're in for a shock, mate, when it comes to its conclusion, though, aren't they?
Well, here's a guy
eating last and all that.
Here's a guy that I would really love to have as a president, because right now...
What is she wearing?
I don't know.
Sorry, is she wearing a scarf as well? What's the scarf all about, mate?
No, that might be her reins, so somebody's going to ride her on the way out, you know?
Rachel Reigns.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's riding her, but anyway, move on.
Okay. Well, Poland have just elected, right, Karol Nawrocki, okay? And this is him. Check this out.
Jolly good.
Moja Polska jest Polską bez nielegalnych migrantów. Tak, jest Polską bez nielegalnych migrantów.
Oh, I need my glasses. Oh, I saw something without illegal immigrants.
That's right.
That'll do for me.
W której zamiast ośrodków integracji są ośrodki deportacji dla tych, którzy chcą zniszczyć nasze bezpieczeństwo.
Integration centres, no, deportation. Catching on all this, isn't it?
You know, it's there.
I mean, we could show more protests in this country, but we won't last 5 minutes, but
This is Poland.
How come they can stand there and go, this is Poland, right? Trump will be talking to the army in America and they go, USA. You even walk down the road in this country with your own flag and it's, oh, stop it.
I know.
Do you realise people are alarmed and distressed and offended and crying and... I don't care, mate. It's a flag. Shut up.
Here's further commentary from somebody else, you know, who is in Poland, a commentator in Poland. Here you go.
I am now in Poland, in Warsaw inauguration, where Nawrocki just got inaugurated. And look at these masses. Look at all these flags. People are celebrating that they have won, they have their sovereignty, they have their chosen leader. This is a win, not just for Poland, but for the rest of Europe.
A win, not just for Poland, but for the rest of Europe. They're calling it.
Definitely a win. Sorry, I wasn't even paying attention to the protest. But anyway.
Okay, and here's Viktor Orban on migration.
What a guy. What a guy.
I like him.
Kivédendő veszély ez a migráció, amiről szerintem a maguk korabeliek keveset tudnak, vagy nem érzékelik közvetlen veszélynek, pedig ez a legfontosabb és legközvetlenebb veszély. Tehát, hogy egy országot hogyan lehet fegyver nélkül véglegesen elveszíteni, arra a migráció a legjobb példa. Utazzanak sokat, azt javaslom, európai nagyvárosokba, és lapozgassanak közben régi képeskönyveket, és mondják, hogy hogy megváltozott. Ha nekünk nem hisznek, akkor a szemüknek higgyenek. Tehát, hogy hogyan lehet háború nélkül, konfliktus nélkül, szinte észrevétlenül egyszer csak elveszíteni a saját országodat. Úgy, hogy téged senki nem kérdezett meg, te nem járultál hozzá, és egyszer csak azt kezded érezni, hogy az egész helyzetemben vagy idegen. Mész haza a metrón, mondjuk egy külvárosba, és mondod, hogy 10 éve még nem így néztünk ki. És minden megváltozott. A migráció a legnagyobb kihívás. Ezt mindenképp meg kell állítani. Nem
It must be stopped at all costs.
All costs. Yeah, fully agree with that, mate.
Now, if ever that gave you the impression that this is happening on purpose in this country and they are deliberately not stopping the boats because this is an experiment, they could have done something about it. Labour could have done it, they could have stopped it, but no, they are actually encouraging it. They're helping it to grow. The ECHR can be immediately negated. It can be immediately negated. You don't have to obey those rules. It's only a voluntary agreement. What are they going to do?
We're a constitutional monarchy. Our laws are supreme. The rest of it can get lost. Couldn't care less.
Correct.
Do you know what? I think it's time to be brutally honest. We don't want any more. I don't really care what happens to them.
Yep.
A lot of these men coming over here, especially on these boats, they don't give a damn about their own women and children. John, never mind us.
Nah.
So I frankly couldn't care less what happens to them. So how about just go? Or don't
Get
come here
rid.
in the first place. I think it's time we started changing the way we talk about this and just saying, no, not arguing. They're gone. But
If they're not going to,
we
if they're not going to
bollocks to do
integrate,
it.
if the ones that are here are not going to integrate, zero tolerance. Get rid. Get them out.
No, we shouldn't even be saying, oh, but if they integrate, so are we just going to keep letting people come over who say, oh, we'll integrate until the whole country's busting at the seams?
I'm talking
more.
about the
In fact,
doctors
getting
and the
rid.
scientists.
Oh, them ones, yeah. No, they can go, mate. It's as simple as. And not just not letting them in. A lot of people need to go. But sadly, back to their homelands where maybe they've got the space in the room for them and maybe they can make them places prosperous. Well, hang on, they didn't in the first place, did they? So what hope have we got thinking they're going to do that here?
Absolutely.
No chance, mate.
Well, Mark, we're not going to go on. We're going to get off, and we'll end on that advert from Coinbase again. Okay.
Well, see, after that though, see if you can play that protest video and see if it does us again, and then we definitely know, don't we, that now people are being
they might
censored
not
on
do
live
it now.
streams.
Well, here it is. Here's the Norwich protest. Here's the one that it went off.
What about? Well, just in case. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it was nice knowing you.
We'll be back on Monday.
You'll find me at the American Embassy.
I think we'll be back on Monday. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to play.
Let's see what happens.
But, yeah. All right. Good luck. And we will find out. England, England. As soon as they started singing England,
Oh, we're still on. We're still on. Nobody's taking us off.
It was about here now when it went off.
Oh my God, we're still on. Oh, so I don't know. Maybe somebody was
still
just.
on?
Yeah, we're still on. We're still on.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
I know. Well, anyway, we're going off. Everybody have a great weekend. Okay.
Unless there's something like if they show something in the first so many seconds, the algorithms pick it up. I don't know. This is just bizarre, but
I don't. Well, okay.
Sorry, I interrupted you saying goodbye then.
we're going. Goodbye. Good night. Thank you very much, sir. And
Just enjoy your weekend.
Apologize to the listeners, for what happened. I know it was beyond our control, and we had to get on very quickly to get you back. All right, here we go.
But we never give up.
This is a
Never
great
surrender.
advert. No surrender.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a great advert by Coinbase. So put a smile on your face. It's going to be sunny. Here you go.
Smiling.
We ain't got no troubles, no reason to complain. 'Cause here in Great Old Britain, we just love it when it rains. Morning. We're cozy here at home, even though it's not our own. But wait a few more years and who can say? Everything is just fine. Everything is grand. Your life can get no better when you're living by the letter in this pleasant land. Everything is just fine.
That's right.
Everything is great. The streets can't get no cleaner, nor the rat meat any leaner. No, life is just first rate.
Everything is just fine.
These fish fingers are a steal.
Prices up a smidge.
Just 100 quid a meal.
Empty purse, but hey, could be worse if there was nothing in the fridge.
Strategic realignment means I get to work for myself. Yeah!
Paying off my law degree with tips from each delivery. Excuse me, sir, I have your tandoori. Everything is just fine. Everything is grand. Your life can get no better when you're living by the letter in this pleasant land.
It's a dummy.
Everything is just fine. Everything is great. We're soldiering on. We're doing our bit.
We're off to Dubai.
It's time to jump ship.
We're tightening our belts with a stiff upper lip. 'Cause everything's just fine.
That should be the Labour motto.